Hey guys, Mike here on location in Springboro, Ohio to wash what we call a witch's hat. The portion of roof that sticks up way up high. I'm only going to be washing 2 or 3 of these little sections here. I'll also be washing all of the concrete in the back. You might remember last week I washed all of this concrete. It came out great. You might check that video out. And today I want to wash the witch's hat, and I've saved it for today because I do have that concrete work in the back. And also wanted to make sure I got my cheap shot set up. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to showcase what we call the surfactant on demand. I do not have a surfactant tank set up yet, so I'm just using this small 2-gallon bucket with some Eleminator in there. I'll put a link in the description for you. I've already tested it to make sure it works, and it does, but I want to show you how it works. Surfactant on demand can be found on my website, www.readywashsystems.com, and it works in tandem with your Fresh Stream remote. If you've already purchased a Fresh Stream remote and you also now want to purchase the Surfactant on demand, you'll get the Surfactant on demand with a 4-button remote, and this is how it works. By the way, I have a full video on how it works if you want to go back and watch that as a tutorial. We're going to start out turning on the SH line. You can see that there, or hear it, and then you can see the indicator there. Now, once we feel good about our SH level, wherever we're going to put that, I'm probably going to put it on a 5 or a 6. Then we're going to turn on our surfactant, probably on a 5, about right there. And the way we turn it on the remote is by clicking the C button. I heard it activate. You can't hear it, but I heard it activate, and I know now that it is turned on. If when I want to turn it off, I simply hit the D button. Again, I can hear it activating on my end. So we'll get a nice stream of SH going. Then I will hit the C button. That will turn on the surfactant. That's why we call it surfactant on demand. Maybe you want surfactant, maybe you don't. You can also only have surfactant by simply turning on the SH, as we already did, and then turning it off at the dial. Then you turn on the surfactant by hitting the C button. Now you only have surfactant. Let's say you were doing new construction, cobweb cleaning, things of that nature, and you don't necessarily need surfactant. Well, we do need, or excuse me, you don't need SH. We do need, oop, I hit the button. We do need SH on this job. And so now we have SH and surfactant. So let's get it going here on the concrete to show you this in action. And then we'll take it right over here, wash at least 3 panels of this roof. And this should be a lot of fun. Okay, so here we go. We've got the cheap shot on, and I just turned on the SH. It takes about 30 seconds or so. We're going to speed this up 4 times speed. We'll see us getting surfactant here, or excuse me, SH. This is the SH. And now we're going to turn on the surfactant, hitting the C button. Again, another 30 seconds or so for it to transition from only SH to SH and surfactant. It will turn much brighter white, and you'll see that here in just a moment. So there you see, you have a lot of soap coming out there, and I only have that on a 5. You could put that on a 10 if you wanted to, but this is just showcasing the surfactant on demand. Again, we'll speed up this process. I'm only washing the 3 panels that you can see there. You can actually only see 2, but I'm going to reach that 3rd panel there on the far left as well. And you can see I'm easily reaching way up there to the top of the witch's hat with no problem, and the surfactant is doing a great job. The SH and the surfactant combo on that very steep roof have very little runoff. So let's speed this up, and we'll go over here to the left side so that I can get the top of this other panel. And well, I thought I was going to speed that up. Let's speed this up 4 times the speed so that we can speed through this a little bit. So we're going to speed this up, and you can see I'm actually reaching over top of the roof. You can see that. And then we'll come back down to the very bottom. You see I'm coming way down low. And what you can't see from your angle is that I cannot see the shingles at this point. So I'm kind of guessing. I can barely see the shingles. I can't see all the way up to the top, so I'm guessing you can see that I am able to get to the top. I had to move over a little bit so I could see it, and so you can see I got it all. And man, look at those legs. You wonder why I get so many jobs. Now you know. All right, there we have it. And just in the nick of time, as it starts to rain, you can see how nice that came out. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. If you are interested in a cheap shot, you can find them on my website. Also, the Fresh Stream remote system, and then also the Surfactant on demand. I got to get this done. Love to hang out with you, but I got to go. Mike, the Fresh Rinse, and I'm out.